Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in day 3 of AWS Zero to Hero series, today we are going to discuss about most important and widely used service called Elastic Compute Cloud. In short form we call it EC2 instances. So you can see the Elastic Compute Cloud. What does it mean basically? So Elastic means something which you can scale up and scale down. And compute means a processing power like CPU, RAM, etc. And cloud, which you don't have something on your physical. So this is the meaning of Elastic Compute Cloud, and you will see in AWS lot of services has a prefix called Elastic. That means you can scale up and scale down that particular service. So let's understand in more detail. So basically EC2 instance is Amazon EC2 is a computing web service that allow you to create a virtual servers which is known as instances in the cloud. So if you compare virtual server with physical servers, so for example, you are using your personal laptop or computer, that is a personal physical device which you are managing. So this is not virtual. You are because you can see it. But the virtual servers again that is going to reside on a physical server itself, what that will be on AWS data centers. So whenever you send a request or you request through the portal, like you need a EC2 instance, then in a backend basically the servers is going to spin up on any one of the physical servers which we are basically accessing through the internet. That's why we call it a virtual servers. Now, what is the use of EC2 instances? So, if you want to host your websites or applications, you can use EC2 instance. If you want to run any kind of API services, you can use EC2 instance. If you want to use EC2 instance as a agent to run your DevOps pipelines, for that purpose also you can use. If you need to install any databases, you can do that as well. So basically, end of the day, instead of buying a physical server, ECU let you spin up a virtual servers that is called EC2 instance, and you have to pay only the duration which you are going to use that particular servers. If you are not using it, you are not going to pay anything on EC2. So basically it is work on pay as you go model. Now let's understand the components of Amazon EC2. So there are many components uh, which we will see when we create EC2 instance. So the very first is Amazon machine image. So basically this is a pre-configured template for EC2 instance, like which include operating systems, application servers, and etc. So this basically you will get more clarity when we will create or when we will launch a EC2 instance. Second component we will see when we create a EC2 instance called instance type. So basically EC2 provide us some many instance type based on your requirement. You can choose like in terms of CPU, memory, storage, and networking, that we will see in coming slides. But you have multiple options to choose an instance type. So basically end of the day you are going to select a hardware configurations or hardware specifications which is suitable to run or to perform your task. Then we have a purchase model. Then we have user data. So user data is something called script which you are going to pass at the launch time of your EC2 instance. So suppose you want to install a nginx server on your EC2 instance. So there are two ways. The first way, you can script it and you can pass it as a user data and you can launch your EC2 instance. As soon as your EC2 instance will be created, the nginx servers automatically created. But second option, you can install or you can set up a EC2 instance. After that you can log in into it and then you can install a particular service or server which you want to install on that instance. So this is something use of user data. Then we have security groups. So security groups is something called virtual firewalls to control inbound and outbound traffic for your EC2 instance. So this will basically allow us, okay, on which port we want to allow the traffic and which port we want to deny the traffic. So that security point of view, this is very important. Whenever you create a EC2 instance, by default you have to create a security group. Then we have a storage options. So when you create a EC2 instance, you need a hard disks or SSDs where you are going to store your data. So for that we have storage option called elastic block stores. So again, you can see here we have a prefix called elastic. It means it can scale up and scale down. Another component, we have auto scalings. So basically what it does, auto scaling, we will see in a detailed video in upcoming in a detailed manner in upcoming videos. So auto scaling help us to automatically increase or decrease the number of EC2 instances for you. For example, during a sale time, you want to increase the instance type from 2 to 4, and out of the sale, like when sale is over, you want to decrease the count. So you can decrease the count because it will help us to save you on cost. So auto scaling is allow or help us to automatically scale up and scale down your EC2 instance based on the policies which we defined. Then another component is key pairs. So key pairs basically is used to connect to the EC2 instance. By default, when you create a EC2 instance, they will not allow you a password which you can use to log in. So you have to generate a key pair to access your Linux instances or for RDP access for Windows instances. So basically it's a combination of private and public key. Then we have elastic IP. So elastic IP is a static IP for your EC2 instance. So what happened basically, when you create a EC2 instance, AWS automatically assign a IP address for you, so you can access it. Like basically you can connect through that IP address, and as soon as you stop the service or stop the instance, that IP will be gone. So it is a basically dynamic IP they allocate. If you want a static IP, like whenever you stop or start the instance, that IP should not change. In that case, you can use a elastic IP. Another component we have here is load balancer, which is called elastic load balancer, ELB. So it is basically help us to distribute traffic across the instances. So we will see all these things in a detail, but for now just keep in mind these are the components you will see when you create a EC2 instance. Now let's understand the features of EC2 instance. So the very first is elasticity. So as I told you in previous slide, you can easily scale up or scale down the EC2 instances based on the demand. Another feature is choice of operating system. So you can choose the operating system based on your need. If you want Windows, Linux, you want to Red Hat and all, so you have that capabilities. Now instance type. So basically instance type offer you, okay, what all the hardware specification you need, like how much memory you need and how much CPU required. So based on that, they have defined multiple instance type. For like general purpose, we have instance type called T2, T3, T4c and many more. Same for compute optimize, we have C5, C6G, memory optimize, storage optimize. So based on your requirement, you have to select the instance type. Based whatever the instance you will select, accordingly you will be charged for that. If you are choosing higher configuration of a specific instance type, definitely you are going to charge more. If you are going for less configuration, like 2 GB RAM, 4 CPUs or 2 virtual CPUs, then definitely you will be charged less. Another feature we have a pay as you go. So as I told you, you only pay what you use. Now in terms of security, so we have it basically EC2 instance can easily integrate with identity and access management, which is similar to an Active Directory. Then we have a security group and key pairs. So these things you will get as part of EC2 instance for security purpose. Now how does EC2 instance work? So basically when you launch the EC2 instance, what all the steps you have to follow. So first you have to choose your Amazon machine image, like you want Windows, Linux, like operating systems, predefined template basically you are going to choose. Then you will choose the instance type, okay, what kind of hardware specification you need. Then you configure the instance, like networking, if you want to keep it any particular private network, or you want to associate any kind of identity and access management role monitoring. So all these things you will configure. Then you add a storage volume to keep your data. Then tags, so it is basically easy for identification purpose, like for which purpose you have spin up this EC2 instance. So tag plays a very important role for identification and billing purpose as well. Then we have a security groups, so you can allow like inbound and outbound traffic for your EC2 instance. Then you can launch and connect the EC2 instance. We will see in coming videos how we can spin up a EC2 instance, and then we will configure all these settings. Now pricing models. So first is on demand, like pay per hour or per second. This is best for short term or unpredictable workload. If you have something this kind of, like you are not sure, okay, how much workload will come to this particular instance, then you can go for on demand pricing model. So basically you will pay for per hour basis or per second basis. Then we have reserved instances. So here you have to give a commitment to AWS like 1 or 3 years. So and basically it is required if you have cheap, like if you want to save a cost, and you know, okay, this much workload we are going to put on this particular EC instance, then you can go with reserved instance pricing model. Then we have spot instances. So this is basically wait for unused capacities. So this is up to 90% cheaper but can be interrupted. Then we have a saving plans. If you want flexible pricing for long term commitments, like you are going for 3 years, 5 years, then you can negotiate on pricing part for this particular service. Now we'll see pros and cons for EC2. So pros: highly customizable, wide range of instance type, deep AWS integration and global availability. So these are the pros, like you can customize based on your requirement. You need less configuration, like less RAM, CPU, so you can do that. So it is basically completely customizable and wide range of instance type. So like you will get, like if you want general purpose, if you want memory optimize, CPU optimize, so based on that you can select the EC2 instance type. And it is easily integrated with other EC2 services, or sorry, AWS services as well. Cost, sorry, cons: it can get costly if you are not manage it. If you are not going to manage it properly, then definitely it is going to charge you. It require a manual configuration for high availability. So these are the two cons as if you are going to use EC2 instance. So that's all for today. I hope it's clear what is EC2 instance, what all the components and what all the benefits we will get as part of this cloud service. So see you in next video. Thank you so much.